Okay, hi everybody, welcome to Lunchtime Pilates. Let's start by standing. Okay, we will be going onto the mat, but we're going to start standing to begin with. So, just find a space and place your feet underneath your hips. And just think about where the weight is situated. So think about having the space nice and even between your big toe, your little toe and your heel, and your arches are lifted, your knees are strong, your pelvis is in neutral, and your rib cage is lifted above the hips. Not sticking out, but it's lifted. Get that feeling that it's up, so we're not down here. We're lifting. Shoulders are down, the palms of your hands are going to face the side of your body. If they turn this way, we end up a little bit rounded. Okay, so we want to be here with palms facing the side of the body. And we're just going to roll the shoulders. Nice and slowly, and we're going to connect with the breath. Inhale and exhale. Just some very lovely fluid breaths as we roll those shoulders around. And then put your fingertips on your shoulders. And again, just circle round in this direction. Nice and easy. Very nice. Okay, that's lovely, guys. Bring the arms down to the side and then lift one arm up into the air and just reach it up. Reach, 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 reach. And then change sides. So it's all about lifting. And I'm not lifting from the arm. I'm not doing this. I'm not trying to do that. I'm lifting from the side. Yeah, so the shoulders are really relaxed, actually. There's absolutely no tension. And change again. Absolutely no tension in the shoulders whatsoever. It's all coming from my spine and the muscles in my torso lifting and lengthening through here. Now let's bring them both up and just start to reach one and then the other. Be careful that you don't do that with your head though, because that would hurt your neck. So you don't necessarily want to tip your head up. You could look up slightly, but you're just going to watch that the neck doesn't strain. I'm starting to add a little bit of a knee bend in as well. I'm just getting some mobility. Yeah, I'm just thinking about that little connection. And I'm drawing in my waistband, so I'm not letting that go. Yeah, my tummy, my waistband is pulling in. Okay. Oops, I lost it now. Where am I? Da, 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 da. I don't know where I am. There I am. Okay, and then let your arms come down. We're going to do a roll down. If you've got any disc bulges, prolapse discs, stuff like that, just do a half roll down, but otherwise we're going to go all the way down. Thinking about segmental control. Take a breath in, exhale, roll from the crown of the head all the way down. Inhale at the bottom, and as you exhale, lift your tummy first and start to roll up through the spine. Head comes up last. Inhale. Exhale, roll it down through the spine, bone by bone by bone. Take a lovely breath in there and breathe out as you draw in your waistband and come up. So as you start to initiate the roll up, activate the transverse abdominis first. Don't grip, but just think, right, that's got to gently pull in order to bring me up. Guys, keep going. Sometimes I'm going to be like chatting and stuff, but just keep doing the roll downs, okay? But you're thinking about drawing in that waistline before you come up, because that's what's going to support your spine. You want the shoulders to stay relaxed all the time. You want your head to be the very last thing that comes up. You're keeping your hips nice and level. Awesome. Let's just do one more. That's really good. And rolling up. Okay, we're going to go onto the mat now. Well done. Okay, so come on down. Right, so lay down on the mat with your knees and feet hip width apart. That screeching noise that you can hear is my washing machine. Okay, it's a new one as well. When I'm rich in my dreams, I'm going to buy a washing machine that doesn't make a noise, because I think they do exist. Okay, arms down by the side of your body. You're going to lightly press your shoulder blades into the floor. Now, as you do that, you have to make sure that your rib cage does not protrude, okay? It's got to be soft. So feel like your ribs are melting. We talk about this a lot. Sometimes I talk about the rib cage and then it just becomes white noise because we just keep saying rib cage, rib cage. Let's take a moment to consider where we want the ribs to be. We don't want to like push them into the floor, but we don't want them arched up and sticking up and lifted. Because if my rib is pulling away like that, it's making the muscle really weak. It's pulling and I'm creating overextension for one, and I'm weakening the muscle. So I want to have connection. So just feel that your ribs are just melting. Yeah, they're melting. And you can feel the bottom, back part of your ribs just melt into the floor. That's the feeling that you want to have. And then you're in that neutral spine, so you've got that little flatness across the top here, and that little gap where you've just got enough room to put your fingertips, but that's all. And the ribs are really, really, it's just like somebody just gently wrapped them in. It's that feeling, yeah? So let's float the arms up to the ceiling, and let's think about the rib cage being really soft and the shoulder blades drawing away from the ears, so you've got lots of space between the ears and the shoulders. And we're going to think about that shoulder girdle stability and that pelvic stability as we go for a leg hover. Can you see I just hovered my foot? I didn't pick it up really high, place it down, and then the other side. Sometimes when you do much smaller movements, it's harder and you have to really think about the control. If I just lift the leg up, actually, I could kind of maybe lose the essence of what I was trying to do. So if I just lift one leg up, I want you to go slow with it and think about it before you do it. And then you'll get the right muscles connecting and firing at the right time. So my shoulder blades are away from my ears. I'm flattening my tummy. And as I hover that foot off the floor, I'm really paying attention to what my sacrum is doing. Your sacrum, if you're not sure where that is this big bone down here, this big triangular bone that sits in between the crest of the pelvis. So as I'm moving my foot up and down, or one leg at a time, I don't want to feel that that bone is moving around. Yeah, and I don't want to feel that the lower back has changed. So this has to put in, and I don't mean like tense it, but you've got to make sure when you lift the leg that we don't, it's hard to see really on film, but if I wasn't connecting, then I lift the leg and I just go into like an anterior tilt and I lose the connection. So I've got to think, right, shoulder blades in back pockets, tummy flat, and as I hover the foot off the mat, my pelvis stays the same. So if you had a little flute of champagne on your pubic bone, little cup of coffee is probably quite easy to control. A flute of champagne, I don't know why I'm doing that, that's not a good look, is it? Basically would spill if you weren't controlling it. So you've got to focus more on the shoulder girdle, on the pelvic stability. And remember, the most important thing, it's stability, not rigidity. So don't kind of tense, I'm going to hold it there, I'm not going to breathe. It's just stability, but you need to be mobile. Okay, guys, well done. Now just turn your palms to face the floor, let them float down. Hands on the floor, we're going to do some elevation and depression of the shoulders. So I don't mean we're going to make them sad. I mean we're going to just pull them away. Okay, so you're going to inhale, elevate them. As you exhale, depress them. Don't make them sad, just press them away. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press away. So your hands are physically sliding up and down the mat. You can feel that sort of slide of the hands, right? And we're not hunching, we're just moving the shoulder blades. So let that be your focus. And then as you're doing it, think, ooh, am I now moving my pelvis, or is my pelvis still in that nice neutral position? So we're just getting some mobility around the shoulder girdle area, which is really important because you can find that your shoulder blade can get quite stuck to the rib cage and it can cause quite a lot of pain. And you've got a muscle called subscapularis. When that muscle is like constricted, it can cause a lot of tension in the head and neck area. So now we're going to leave them depressed, not sad, just down. That's depressed, yeah. Technical term for bringing your shoulders down. I don't mean let's all get sad now. You are going to now think about your neck, and all you're going to do is turn your head one way Bring it back to the center and go the other way. And you're just going to notice if it feels different on one side to the other. And you're also going to be thinking about your rib cage. And watch that we don't all of a sudden let the rib come up as we move the head. Sometimes when the fascia in the body is quite tight, it will do that because the fascia is quite restricted and then it kind of pulls the body in a weird position. But if we just focus on alignment and we don't overdo it, we don't try to force the range of movement, we just go gently with it, then our body can make the adaptations that we need it to. Let's just think about breathing, don't hold your breath. Let's just do one more each way. It should just feel quite nice on the neck there. And then keep your head in the center with your fingertips reaching towards your ankles. Let's go for a shoulder bridge. So we take a breath in. As we breathe out, draw the pubic bone to the belly button, scoop the belly in. Roll your spine up in sequence. So your pelvis is now higher than your ribs. You're softening those ribs and keeping that gap closed. Press lightly through the arms and shoulders. Push the knees away. Take a breath in, exhale, scoop and roll down. And lengthen the tailbone away from you. So we want to get some stretch here. Imagine somebody standing at the end there and they've got their hands around your calves and they're pulling your calves away. So they're pulling your calves that way. Think about that when you're going up, and that will help to give you more traction in your body. We're squeezing your bottom, but we're pressing the knees away. And imagine someone's got our legs and is pulling them that way. Press into the arms and shoulders a little bit, keep the tummy flat. You have to squeeze your glutes, but you have to make sure the knees aren't flopping. Yes, they've got to stay close together. As we come down, we draw in through that waistline and get that lovely articulation of the spine. Let's keep going with that lovely breath control. Two more. And last one, guys, roll it away. Squeeze your bottom and roll it down. Very, very nice. Okay. Just put your hands behind your head, not your neck, your actual head, back of your head. And actually put one hand completely on top of the other, rather than just all this, yeah. Draw your shoulders away from your ears and sort of lightly press your head into your hands. Keep that feeling of lightly pressing your head into your hands and putting the shoulder blades down as you lift. And then we lower. So as we're coming up, we're lifting our chest and our eye gaze is making a beeline for the knees. But it will hurt your neck if you do this. And there's no support there. Yeah, I'm hanging off my neck. I'm trying to do it with my neck. That's why people's necks hurt. It won't hurt your neck if you engage the muscles correctly. So if you press your head into your hands slightly and pull your shoulders down, and as you're coming up, still push your head into your hands, then you've got connection, right? So shoulder blades draw down that way, the tummy flattens, the ribs slide to the hips, and there is no bulging of the tummy going on. We're going to breathe out as we're going up. The aim of this is to let the abdominals go a little bit shaky. If they're shaking, you're doing it right. Make sure that your pelvis stays really still so it doesn't like curl under or squeeze bottom or anything like that. It's staying nice and level. And this is just all about the control. Shh. If you couldn't put your hands behind your head, you could put your hands here. But you've got to work harder at focusing on the shoulder-global connection and not using your head to do it. The reason people's necks hurt is because they sort of initiate with they use their neck to push. And actually, the feeling is that the neck needs to pull back in a little bit. So if you feel like your head's being pushed in, don't do this either, because people will also do that one. Don't jam the chin down. But you mustn't initiate it from the neck. It's the ribs sliding to the hips, tummy flattening and looking towards the knees. And let's do one more. And relax. Well done. Okay, roll over onto your tummy. Okay, guys. And place one hand on top of the other. Have your legs pretty close together. Put your forehead on your hands and relax the armpits down. Lift your tummy muscles away from the floor. And lengthen your head from the crown of the head to the toes. So you can feel already, just by doing that, you've got space in your lumbar spine. Just by me engaging and drawing up through the core, I can feel that there's space in my lumbar. Yeah. If I wasn't pulling my waistband in, I would just collapse into the lower back. So it's like a belt that's pulling in tight. Okay. From there, we're going to go to an extension. Draw the shoulders away from the ears and lift the chest. Your eye gaze goes slightly forwards, but you're not going to lift your chin up. And then you're coming down. So you're stretching from both ends. The crown of your head is going one way, and your legs are going in the opposite direction. So it's like you're on the stretching rack. Keep lifting your lower tummy muscles in. So drawing towards the spine. Let's inhale as we lift and exhale as we lower. Okay? Breathe in to lift and keep drawing the tummy in, and breathe out to lower. It's never about trying to push up like this. Sometimes people do this. And all I'm doing is using my sort of pectoral muscles to round in and push up, which is completely the opposite of what I want to do, which is get more width across my chest and bring the shoulder blades together. So imagine, as I'm coming up, it's like I'm being pulled forwards, like there's a hook in my sternum and it's pulling me forwards. So rather than going up and back, we're going forwards. And the legs and the shoulder blades are pulling in the opposite direction. Keep lifting your tummy. Every now and then go, oh, am I lifting my tummy? Did it collapse? Stretching that spine away. Let's do one more, guys. Get some nice extension through the spine. And relax. Okay, bring your hands onto your mid-back and just turn your head to the side. And your head's on the floor a little bit like that. Now, what we don't want is to just collapse in, okay? We want to open the chest. But when we open the chest, sometimes I say to people, open the chest, and then people try to pull their elbows up to the ceiling. It's not that. The elbows are flat across. Imagine you had like a broomstick and you laid it flat across your elbows. That's what you would want. So you don't want it drooped. You don't want to try and hike them up to the ceiling. You just want them to lay flat. But you want your chest to open. So it's the chest that's opening, not the elbows pulling up, yeah? And then you pull your head, you pull your tummy away from the floor and lift your head up slightly. With both of your legs, you're going to stretch them away and really, really squeeze your bottom and draw your tummy in. Do 3 kicks with both legs. 1 and 2. Keep squeezing your bottom and draw your tummy in. 3. Turn your head the other way. And 1. And 2. And 3. Turn your head the other way. Now, the mistake that happens a lot here is people do this. They do that, and they just go into the back and let their hips come up. As you bend your knees, you have to squeeze your bottom so much that your hips stay on the floor. You're always doing 3 and then you're turning your head the other way. Don't strain your neck. Don't try and put it in a forced position. You're just literally turning it so that your ear is in line with the mat, not up there. You want to have your ear like in line with the mat. The chest is open. Watch me have the start to slump. Open the collarbone, squeeze your bottom. And as your legs are reaching away, it's like they're being pulled away from you. Pull them away from your head. Lift your tummy and pull your legs away from your head. We are going to do 1 more on each side, okay? 3 and 2 and 1. This is your last set now. 3. Squeeze bottom. Very, very much. Last time. And relax. And then you can just let your arms just rest. And now they can just roll forwards and enjoy that lovely stretch. And then turn your head the other way. Okay, guys, well done. Come back into a bit of a shell stretch, okay? Just sit back. Let your bottom just sink back towards the heels a little bit, okay? Just get that nice stretch in the lumbar spine. So come to 4-point kneeling, okay? Make sure you're not doing this. Push the floor away so that your head is above your shoulders and not sunk there. It's just lifted. You are going to sit back and let your tailbone just sink down towards your heels and just feel that nice release in the lumbar spine. And then you're going to bring it back to flat back, okay? So I'm going to exhale, go back, sit the bottom down. Inhale, come back. And I'm not forgetting about my waistband. Remember, I'm not tensing it, I'm just engaging it. Like a little belt that's pulling in. So the idea here is we're stretching the lumbar spine. As you sit back, you feel your lumbar spine round, you go down to the floor. Don't like force it, just allow it to happen. As if there's a little weight attached to the bottom of your spine. It's just drawing your bottom down towards your heels. And we're breathing. Let's just do 1 more, it should feel quite nice. Okay, come back up to 4-point kneeling. Let's go into a cat stretch, initiating by drawing the pubic bone towards the belly button. So lift up, scoop. You can feel the tail going under, your head follows, but you're very, very lifted. So I'm looking in, but my arms are really straight. I'm not going down to the floor, I'm pulling away from the floor, and I'm scooping my tummy in towards my spine. Then I'm going tailbone out one way, chest the other, into this gorgeous stretch. This is so nourishing for the spine. Let's keep moving between the two. Guys, really try and not squeeze your bottom when you're doing this, okay? So use your core, your lower abdominals, your transverse abdominis, your pelvic floor lifting up. You're using the muscles of the shoulder girdle, the rotator cuffs, radius anterior. Those muscles are working, but not squeezing bottom. And we're just breathing, we're introducing, bringing in that gorgeous breath that's going to nourish the body and make such a difference to our workout. And let's just do 1 more. Scoop the belly, round the spine, and stretch it out. Okay, guys, well done. Let's go for a little bit of thread the knees, or if your wrists are really hurting, you might want to take a moment just to take the pressure off of them, or just stay on them. Okay, you're going to open out to the side, and it's your spine that's twisting, not the arm. So don't kind of go right, arm goes there. Open, use your spine, and then thread the needle through the gap. Inhale to lift. As you exhale and go through, bend this supporting arm, bend it to go through. Inhale, open, exhale, go through the gap. And remember, if you're restricted in the shoulder, you can even do it there. If you put your hand on your shoulder, it's okay, because it's not really about the arm. It's not about the arm, it's about the spine, yeah? It's just that you can use that arm just to get the feeling of more extension. And you do get a lovely chest stretch as well. So the pectoral muscles get really tight. And it's a nice way to stretch. Let's just make sure we're connecting with the breath. Oh, my washing machine's done, that's good. One more. And then we're going to change sides, okay? So we're going to inhale, lift. Exhale, go through the gap, bend the supporting arm. Inhale. And exhale. Really make a point of the breath. Breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. And all the time I'm doing this, I'm connecting with my transverse abdominis, my deepest level of abdominals. One more. And relax. Okay, come up onto your knees. I'm just going to move the camera angle. If you can't go on your knees, you can stand for this next portion of the class, and that's fine as well. Okay, so we're here on the knees, all standing, and lift the arms up. Relax the shoulders. Get that feeling that although the arms are very much reaching up, you're not doing this. Shoulders are down, and then you want to think about having your ear in line with your bicep. Yeah, if your ears are in front of your bicep, we've got bad posture. So the ears in line, and it should feel quite nice on the neck like that. So try and keep your head on top of your shoulders. So then think about where the weight is on the legs, even pressure going through each leg, lifting through here, but not sticking the ribs out, softening the ribs. We're going to rotate to one side and open the arms. And one arm is reaching forwards as the other arm reaches back. Then we come back to the top. And then we go the other way. And we reach, and both arms reach in opposite directions. And come back up. Let's add a breath in as we open. And breath out to come back up, okay? Keep going, guys. Think about your pelvis, allow for natural movements, but I want you to think about lifting up a little bit more through the pubic bone. I don't mean change the position of your pelvis or move your back, but imagine you're just lifting up through here. Guys, keep going. You're lifting up through here, like you're zipping up a tight pair of jeans. So don't squeeze your bottom. Don't do that. Just lift up through here, yeah? So it's the pelvic floor. It's just lifting, and that's giving you support. That's part of your deep core. And pelvic floor is really important. We often think, oh, pelvic floor is just, you only need to work pelvic floor if you've had a baby. Actually, we all need to work the pelvic floor because it's a set of muscles that makes up our deep core. It's not just about the transverse abdominis. It's about the transverse abdominis, the pelvic floor, the diaphragm, multifidus. Okay, all of those stabilizing muscles are so important. This feels nice, doesn't it? Let's do one more each way. Remember to breathe. and then let the arms come down. Okay, we're not going to move the hands or the arms. We're not going to do this. Okay, I'm just going to leave them there. We step. We don't use our hands. Hands free. We step up. Oh yeah. Then we go back down. Now we choose the other leg. Hands free, lift, and come down. So we're using our core to do this. We're not compensating. Compensation is when we go like that, or when we go like this. Yeah? We're using muscles. We don't need to. We just need to work this and train this. Yeah? And when that is working for us, we don't have as much pain in the body and we can move freely because this is supporting us. Yeah? So the shoulders are down. There's no hunching going on as we're stepping up. And obviously our glutes are getting a really good workout as well. Because when you're, as I'm pushing up now, the glute has to work hard. And we know that the glutes are the laziest muscles in the body. Biggest muscles, very lazy. Okay? One of the hardest things in the world is literally just getting up and down. Yeah? So I always say this, but remember, whenever you get out of bed or get out of a chair or get up off the floor, always do it without using your hands. And then your core has to work, and that's what's going to keep your body going for longer. You know, we age and we get aches and pains and we start to get decrepit because we just don't move and we don't use those muscles. If we keep them moving, we're going to have a better chance of feeling good for longer. Okay, we're going to stop at the top on this one. We're going to stay there. I'm just going to adjust. There. Okay, cool. All right, guys, just roll the shoulders around. Easy. Easy, 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 easy. And just stand tall. Come up onto the balls of the feet. Not like up full start, just up a little bit. And just work through the feet, pedaling. 1 and 2. Stay nice and upright. Try not to lean forwards. Try not to let the hips swing. Keep this pulling in. 1 and 2. Keep the palms of the hands facing the body, but not holding on. Don't do this. Yeah, just let them hand free. Easy, easy. Hips level. Yeah, drawing across through here. This belt is switched on, and there's no wiggling. There's no wiggling, and there's no sinking. That's good. That's good. Okay, then place both of your feet down on the floor. Breathing in, as we breathe out, we roll down. Inhale there, exhale, roll up. Do that a couple of times. Keep going, I'm just going to adjust the thingamajig. You won't be able to see my head, but that's okay because you won't need to in a moment. Okay, so we're going to carry on with the roll downs. Remember, you could just go halfway and that might be enough for you at the moment. Now we're going to go into the press up. So we roll down. Don't look forwards like this. Keep looking at your legs. Walk out. Hands and knees into a 4-point. We're going to do a 4-point kneeling press up. You're just going to pull your elbows towards your knees and then come back up. So shoulder girdle engaged. You're not going to let your head droop. And you're not going to sit back like this. You're just going to literally, as if, imagine you've got like a bit of rope attached to your elbow and it's being pulled towards the knees. That's the feeling. We're going to do it one more time. Keep lifting through the tummy as well. So you're stabilizing your shoulder. Then you're going to come back up onto the toes, walk back in, and roll it up. Let's do that again. Inhale. Exhale, roll down. Keep looking at the legs. Don't do a Mowgli. Yeah, keep looking at the legs as you're walking out to protect your neck. Then we come into like a box, 4-point kneeling. Shoulder blade engaged, lift the tummy, pull your elbows towards your hips, and then come back up. So don't physically sit back like this and don't sink. Just pull the elbows towards the hips. And you can feel you're pulling your armpits back at the same time. So armpits and elbows pull towards the hips. Let's do one more. So you're working on that shoulder blade of stability, yeah? Then we come back up onto the toes, walk it back in, and roll it back up. Through the spine, good. Stay standing where you are. Lift your arms into the air. Take a little breath as you go forwards. Inhale, lift. Just let your head go with you. Try not to do this. Yeah? So just look down as you go. That's good. Lovely. And this time when you come up, find your balance on your toes. Let's do one more. And we're going to stay with the balance and hold. Relax those shoulders. Make sure your ankles are not bowing out to the sides. Okay, draw your tummy in. Relax those shoulders, guys. Relax them. And then let the heels come down. Open the arms, soften the knees, swing. Just let them wrap. Keep the knees soft. That's nice. It's a lovely feeling. Just mobility, just easy movement. Now lift them up. Lift them up. Couple more. Connecting with the breath. Two more. And one more. Okay. Step 1 foot back and bend the front knee. Press your heel into the floor. And then just stretch. And just feel that lovely stretch in the calf. Just hold it there. Okay, so you're pressing the heel into the floor. Watch this knee. Make sure it's not like collapsing over. It should just track the ankle. Yeah. And just feel like you're, like the longer you're holding it, the more your heel is melting down into the mat. And you should feel a really nice stretch in your calf. And then change sides. Okay. So just press the heel down, and as you lunge forwards, push that heel into the floor. Okay. So you get that lovely stretch in your calf. Your shoulders are relaxed, and you're just feeling good and stretchy. Okay. Well done. Okay, awesome. From there, just come back down to the floor, and you're going to squeeze your bottom and push your hip forward. So I'm sort of tilting, yeah? So I've just squeezed here to push the hip forward, and I get a nice stretch in the hip. Once I've got that feeling, then I'm going to go forwards. I'm not just going to go like that, because if I do that, I haven't changed anything here. But if I squeeze the bottom and push the hip forwards and then go forwards, and I'm driving that hip through, then I can feel a nice stretch on the hip. So that's really important. But the more you squeeze your bottom, the more of a stretch in this hip you're going to get. Breathe. Nice feeling, isn't it? Releasing through the psoas, these tight hip flexor muscles that hold a lot of tension. And change legs. So before we go into it, we squeeze the bottom and we drive the hip forwards. Imagine there's like a headlight shooting out of it, pointing forwards. Once you've squeezed and pressed forwards, then we can go forward slightly. But keep the feeling that you're pushing the hip forward all the time by squeezing the glute, yeah? If we want to stretch the front of the body, if you're going to engage the muscles on the back of the body, and vice versa, obviously. Just hold it there, that's good. Lovely. Just relax those shoulders, make sure there's no tension going on anywhere. Okay, amazing. Come back up to standing. Okay, and then you're just going to roll your head. Just do some little half circles, side to side. Easy. And then just stop in the center and just kind of just shake your head. Just shake it, like don't force it, just let it move around a little bit. Yeah, and then just kind of stop in the middle. Think about posture, shoulders, palms of hands, weight even between both legs. Not squeezing bottom, let go of it, but just lift through the pelvic floor. Transverse abdominis switched on. Rib cage relaxed. You lift your tongue lightly to the roof of your mouth. It will give you more height coming through the back of your head. Okay. Gently, I will turn to the side. Gently pull your head in. And then back to neutral. So I'm not going down with the chin. I'm not tipping it back. It's like someone did that to me. Yeah? So I'm just back, forwards. It's the tiniest movement. And you can feel when you do it, you get this space and you can breathe. Breathing is good. And you're stretching of those neck extensors. We often find ourselves like this. Especially if you're doing a lot of like computer work and stuff, your neck's taking so much strain. When you think about the weight of your head, it's pulling on those extensors. Just a little exercise like that is really going to help to relieve tension and improve your posture. If you add an in-breath, as you bring the head in, add an in-breath. I'm going to just keep doing it. I'm going to come to here because I think that might help you. I'm not letting it go back out there, yeah? It's like I'm being pulled up like this. So really small movement, but really effective. Guys, well done. I hope you enjoyed that. That's a nice one to practice. And I'll see you in the next class. Fab work. Take care.